What's going on, everybody? This is John J Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Bluffton Tech Fighting Muskrats Team Builder here on EA College Football 25. We are having our best season in school history so far, as we have a 6-3 overall record thus far, and we're going to be looking to continue that as we host the Buffalo Bulls here at home, man. And Buffalo's playing for pride at this point in the season. They're 2-7, so they're not going to be bowl eligible, and definitely not worried about making that MAC championship game by any time soon. But Buffalo, you know, they come in 75 overall. They're a decent squad on paper, 74 offense, 76 defense. We have a much better team on paper, though, with an 81 overall squad, 81 offense, and an 82 defense. So we come in at this point, you know, still have all of the goals that we set for this season still in front of us, because as you can see from the conference standings, as of right now, you know, the only two teams that are ahead of us is Indiana and Ohio. So if we can win out and maybe get a little bit more help along the way, then we could find ourselves in the MAC championship at the end of the season. But with that being said, man, I am so excited to go ahead and jump into another little thing of action here, man. And I hope you guys are excited as well. If you are, make sure you go ahead and smack that like button. Hit that subscribe button as well if you do have to be brand new to the channel. And with that being said, boys, let's go ahead and jump into this action hosting the Buffalo Bulls here in the Tech Center. Alright, man, so on a couple of free and outs that we decided to trade with Buffalo to begin this game. So we'll pick things up within the first couple of minutes of this first quarter, where Buffalo gets a big run right down our throats as Lamar Sterling is going to get them into Buffalo territory, as we'll try to see if our defense can indeed respond back, as we will quickly get the Buffalo Bulls out onto a 3rd and 5. So let's see what our boys can do here on this 3rd and 5. Dropping back. He's got plenty of time to throw over the middle and finds a receiver. First down for the Buffalo Bulls. And Nash Berte, while he was able to skip the tackle, he's not going to be able to bring him down in the backfield. And so that is going to end up being a first down, but it will not end up with a touchdown drive, as Malik Moon is going to be able to get an interception in the end zone. And Bluffton Tech is going to take over at about the 15-yard line. So we will end up taking over after a great defensive stand, as I, in hindsight, probably should have gave that off to the tailback, because that was going to be wide but naked open space for Will Peoples. But we still pick up the first down, though, so no harm, no foul by any means, as Armstrong throws over the middle, one in the senior tight end, Scott McClellar. But that is going to be incomplete, as we do have an injury on the interception. KJ Hartley did strain his calf, so we are hoping that he is going to be all right. But we got some all right receivers on the outside, though, as Javon Moore is able to make a big-time play. But can we get a first down here, though? 3rd and 7. Armstrong looking, wants to go deep downfield. He might have a receiver. Oh, he won it. I believe that was Javon Moore there on the outside. Thought he had the big first down, but with that being said, we are going to have to punt this football away. So still no score here for the time being, but Lance Sterling is determined, and I mean absolutely determined, to change that here, as Lamar Sterling is going to be able to pick up yet another first down. But we will get him to a couple of big losses here, and then we'll get him into passing situations. And I think that's going to be the key to this game defensively. We got to get this Buffalo team in passing situations and kind of take the ball out of Lamar Sterling's hand. And Nash Berte was able to make them pay the price for that. So Buffalo does have to punt this football away. And now we take back over here, trying to avoid a free and out. So we run it on 3rd and 8, and the halfback draw works beautifully, actually. We're able to pick up a huge first down on the halfback draw. And so with a couple minutes left, and I think for the first time today, we get ourselves into Buffalo territory, as we'll hand it off again to Will Peoples, who runs it to the outside and gets it to just about the 30-yard line. And this Fighting Muskrats offense is certainly starting to cook. 1st and 10 as Armstrong again throws over the middle, as CJ Peaks actually making a tough catch in traffic, able to hang on to it for a 1st down, as that will get us into the red zone for the very first time today. Armstrong looks to throw over the middle. He's got Chris Gentry in the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Muskrats. And Bluffton Tech is going to get on the board here first, with about a minute and a half left to play here in this first quarter of action. And that is how the first points of this ball game is going to be scored. Took a little bit to get on the board against a 2-7 max squad, but with that being said, the most important thing right now is that we do have the lead going through the end of the first quarter. We just got to keep it rolling though. So let's go ahead and jump back into the action as we report back into the Tech Center, where we held that 7-0 lead against the Buffalo Bulls, as they start with a big throw down the middle. Could be a huge 1st down, but there is a penalty on the field. And the penalty is going to go against the offense. Dante Mechie is going to be the guilty party here. So that means we are going to see 1st and 20 instead. So with that being said, Lamar Sterling is going to try to get him out of the hole, as we are now staring down a 2nd and 14 coming up. As now, here we go. Buffalo in the shotgun is going to hand it off. Lamar Sterling in open space, gets away from Porter Lindstreet down the sideline. Surrender cannot take the right angle, and Lamar Sterling ends up being gone like a girl in a country sock. Touchdown Buffalo. And the Bulls are going to be able to even things up after they do end up getting a successful extra point. And so with that being said, we got ourselves a ball game here, and if we're not careful, we definitely could be put on upset alerts. So let's see if our boys can go ahead and refocus as we'll get things going here. Try and respond back to the Buffalo long touchdown, as we'll get things started here with a JD Weeks reception. The backup tailback able to pick up the 1st down there. But then on a 3rd and 9, trying to throw it out, looking for Javon Moore, and I thought we were going to have that corner clear out and go and cover the flats. Instead, he hangs a little bit looser, and that is going to end up being a huge turnover for the Buffalo Bulls. And that's not just your average everyday turnover. That's a turnover on our side of the field as well, right? Like, so that's a tough pill to swallow there. Bad throw by DJ Armstrong, just not recognizing that defense fully. And now Buffalo has a beautiful opportunity to come out here and take the lead on the road. It'll be a big momentum booster for not just this team, but the entire program that's desperately looking for positivity here in year number 3. So with that being said, Lamar Sterling is going to go ahead and take the run up the middle. And Lamar Sterling, he has having himself a massive day so far. He has over 120 yards on the ground. So I am not shocked at all that I see them running this ball yet again. Except Buffalo is going to shoot itself in the foot a little bit, as we are going to see Messiah Birch called for the holding, as that will now make it 2nd and 16. We're going to throw over the middle, though. That is a dot by their quarterback. I got to respect the game recognized game, and he's looking very familiar on that particular throw. And with that, Buffalo is going to take the lead, and we're going to be down by a touchdown. So with that being said, after we gave up yet another touchdown, that is 2 consecutive possessions that we have allowed Buffalo to score. So we need our offense to get to work here, because our defense is starting to falter a little bit. And it would be preferable if we can put together some kind of larger, longer drive as well, if we can get that to work in our favor. As now, 3rd and 11, Armstrong dropping back, wants to throw over to the left-hand side. We wanted a dynamic speedster, Chris Gentry, but pressure got to our quarterback, and it's going to force the incompletion. So this ends up being a little bit of a bigger drive for us here, right? So we come out here already down by 7. We already feel the momentum shifting over in Buffalo's direction. And if we don't make something happen here, Buffalo can really start to take control of this game. So here we are outside the 2-minute warning, and I am surprised that Nash Burte actually did not go for that pass or even try to like slot it down. So with that being said, the drive will end up continuing anyways as Buffalo tries to put together one more meaningful possession before we end up going into the halftime locker room. Definitely a big possession here for both teams as they'll throw over to the left-hand side and brought down early by DeMarvin Holland, but just did not get there soon enough though, as that is going to be completed for yet another first down. And Buffalo is cooking something up here on this drive for sure, as they're going to dump it off right in between both Nash Burte and also Malik Moon, two of our best offensive player or defensive players, I should say, as Richie Watts will officially have 2,000 yards passing on the season, which isn't terrible, but certainly isn't great either. You know, not at least nearly the same level that DJ Armstrong is for sure. As now, 3rd and short coming up as Buffalo drops back to pass, looks over to the left-hand side, and that's going to be caught for a completion. Richie Watts able to move the chains for the first down, as that is going to put the Buffalo Bulls just about in the red zone now with less than a minute left. Looking over to the right-hand side, just leaving a receiver wide but naked open there. I swore we had somebody there in the flat, but maybe it was not the most well-played assignment there. I'm not sure. But with that being said, able to get out of bounds, able to save a little bit of clock, but we're going to force him to take a timeout right here, right now, as Malik Moon is able to scream in there and get the sack. It's now 3rd and 9, able to give our defense a little bit of breathing space, and they're going to be able to come through and make a big play. Let's go, baby. So we hold them out of the end zone, but Buffalo gets a field goal to end the half. And thanks to Lamar Sperling right here, we're officially going to be put on that upset alert right about now. So welcome back to the Tech Center as we'll pick things up here in the second half. So here's the thing about Buffalo scoring that field goal. They also get the ball to start this second half, so a chance for them to double dip, but it's not going to happen here, as that is going to be picked up by the Bluffton Tech defense. Let's go, baby. Way to play optimistic as Buffalo has come out here. They've played an excellent first half, but we're going to get ourselves back into this game. Plays like that are exactly what we need. And I'm surprised that they did not review this call, because I truly did thought that, hey, we were going to be able to come out here and we were going to get like some kind of like reversal, but that didn't happen. So we're going to take over inside the 30-yard line. So now here we go, a chance to get back into the game as they'll go ahead, hand it off to Will Peoples, who bakes it to the outside and is going to be able to bounce it inside the 20-yard line, ushering in a red zone opportunity. Looks like Buffalo is pressing, so it looks like this could be a run for Will Peoples yet again, who picks up a good head of steam, running the ball up the gut as he has put together a silently solid game here so far. 10 catches, 57 yards. It's been a good effort for our junior running back, but we're going to find the end zone for the first time in a hot minute as we will see a crossing. Javon Moore able to find the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Muskrats. And Bluffton Tech's going to work itself right back into the game. And you want to talk about a shifting of momentum? We're certainly going to get it right here in this particular matchup. So with that being said, we got Buffalo only up by a field goal now and a chance to possibly force yet another turnover as they want to go deep downfield, and Flonnie Kolesny gets head tapped. Oh no, on a 3rd and 15, you have literally one job, and that's not get beat deep. And you know what happened to Vladdy Kolensny? He got beat deep, and he's kicking himself for that. I saw the surrender Cobra stance. We might need to bring him out of this game for a little bit, just so that he can regain his composure. Because I'll tell you what, man, we really need him. We really need him to really get his head together, get his crap together, to really get his head out of his know-what. But I mean, nothing that we could really do about it at this point, as Buffalo is starting to put together a pretty good little drive here. As Buffalo is coming out, they are firing on all cylinders, firing to the left-hand side, and it's caught. Touchdown, Buffalo, and the Bulls are going to extend their lead. They're going to get it back into double digits midway through the third quarter of action. This has been a shocker. A 2-7 Buffalo squad taking the fight right over to us, and we are certainly feeling it right now. So we need to come out here and we need to get a response. Can we get a response from our quarterback, who is going to scramble out of the pocket? And out of the pocket he goes. He does manage to pick up that first down. But I need yet another first down though. 3rd and 12. Looking. Trying to fire over to the left-hand side, but we saw that corner coming in late. I thought they were going to go out, and he was going to go and guard Chris Gentry and take him deep, but he actually stays disciplined in his zone instead. And when we need it the most, DJ Armstrong is going to throw an interception. Probably threw that one a little late, but is what it is at this point. And now we are at the mercy of this Buffalo offense that just continues to fire on all cylinders right now, as Draymond Gates could not keep up with the tight end, so they will be set up inside the 15-yard line, where a couple of plays later, Buffalo, the Bulls right now, are going to find the end zone yet again. Buffalo is going to score, and it's 31-14. And we are in some deep crap right here, ladies and gentlemen. We are in for a not-so-great time right about now. So, with that being said, late in the third quarter, we need a big play, and we need it right now. And that should help us out some. Able to move this ball down the field. But going into the final quarter, we are down by 17. Our MAC championship hopes are on life support. We need a big quarter, or else we will have no MAC championship to play in. Alright, man, so fourth quarter coming up, and we need to come out here, man. We need some big plays. We need them from both sides of the ball. So we go to work here on 2nd and 9. Armstrong throwing deep downfield. He's got a guy. Chris Gentry finds the end zone. Touchdown, Bluffton Tech. And when we needed it the most, the speedster and Chris Gentry is going to come out here and provide us the spark that we absolutely desperately needed. However, Buffalo is going to challenge this. They are going to challenge this ruling on the field. And at first glance, I don't see anything definitive that should overturn this. I thought he found his way into the end zone, but the refs disagreed though, so they overturned the call. The clock is running, but then on the very next play though, Nazglulia is able to get open. We get that quick throw over to the outside. He brings us uncovered. And that being said, boys, that is going to go ahead. And now we got a touchdown on the board. Took a little longer than I expected. Thought that Chris Gentry belonged in the end zone, but you know what? It's okay, guys. Refs are certainly not perfect. So now we got ourselves simply a 10-point game at this point, as Buffalo is going to be set to go ahead and return this away. And I show special teams for a specific reason, as the special teams unit comes through. Elijah Greenwood Jr. initially jarred that ball loose, and now it's 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Armstrong with a chance to cut it to within a field goal. Yes, sir! Touchdown, Bluffton Tech! There's that touchdown that rightfully belonged to him on the previous drive, man. Let's go, baby. We're able to come out here, man, and we're going to go ahead and get this back to a field goal game. That was the sequence that we absolutely needed right there. So we're right back into this game. We're only down by a field goal too, so it'll be interesting to see how Buffalo responds after we got a big touchdown, and then also getting a turnover that leads to yet another touchdown as well. I imagine Buffalo will want to take better care of the ball either way though. 2nd and 5 coming up as they try to throw towards the direction of Nash Birthday, but Nash Birthday does an excellent job of playing really good coverage, clean coverage. He did not get there early for those that are pulling for the Buffalo fandom. As we got 3rd and 5 coming up, it's intercepted. Malik Moon able to make a play, baby. Let's go. That's what we needed, man. Malik Moon able to come out here and play shutdown defense. As that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is how we get back into a football game. And all of a sudden, after being a team that looked like it was dead in the water after being down 31-14, we have came out with 14 unanswered. And now we're 21 yards away from coming out here and taking the lead. First play, Peoples gonna cut it inside, makes a man miss, and falls inside the 5-yard line. As now Armstrong redirecting the troops quickly, getting to the line of scrimmage, looks to the left-hand side as Chris Gentry dives for the ball and brings it in. Touchdown, Bluffton Tech. And the Fighting Muskrats, after being so lethargic in those first 3 quarters of action, have came out and they have officially woken up as a team. We are seeing it in real time. We are now up by 4, and not to mention we do also force them to go 3 and out. As now Armstrong wants another big play down the field. Thought we're going to have a man come open late, but Deion Crawford is going to go ahead and put a stop to it though. But I did notice that they were pressing against our receivers, and you already know what time it is, man. I want to see if we can attack these corners down on the corners. Armstrong dropping back. Doesn't like what he sees downfield. He's just going to go ahead and run for the first down. And I don't know why Armstrong decided to do the dolphin dive thing. That was really interesting to me. But with that being said, though, we will at least come out here. We will at least get the first down. Glad Armstrong didn't put the ball onto the ground, because when you see someone doing a dolphin dive animation in this game, like it becomes really dicey. So I'm just happy that we were able to come out here and still take decent care of the ball. And it's also going to take us right at about the red zone as we throw to the right-hand side, as Javon Moore is able to break a tackle in the open space, as that's now going to lead to a goal line opportunity, trying to put this game away once and for all, but just does not see anything downfield. And at this juncture of the game, man, really do not want to come out here and turn the ball over. Definitely want to make sure that we come away with points here. So we're going to run it with Will Peoples to at least get it centered out. And while we were not even close to the end zone, we do in fact center it out for Tommy White, our custom player at kicker. And so with that being said, 3 minutes left to play in the ball game, and we have a 7-point lead. The defense has been playing excellent here in this 4th quarter of action. And now that $1 million question is, can they hold it down for one more drive? 2nd and 5 as Lamar Sterling is going to get the carry, as Sperling is now going to get himself above 150 yards on the day. So yes, this Buffalo team is losing right now, but it's definitely not his fault whatsoever. Sperling has been cooking all day long, as that will take us into the 2-minute warning. So here we go. One last stand for our defense. Still waiting to see if it'll come out like that, as Lamar Sterling gets out into the open field and picks up yet another first down. He is looking to carry this offense on this drive, And he already accounts for a couple of first downs already as they try to set up another halfback screen. This one defended a little bit better. Nash Berte was able to bring him down into the open field. But still a solid gain though, as the Buffalo Bulls now find themselves at about midfield. And we will come across a 3rd and 5, and we already know that a field goal is not going to cut it. So a huge 3rd down here for this Buffalo squad. Trying to go on the road and trying to get a big upset here inside our tech center. And can our boys come together and get one last stop for me? 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line, but facing pressure is going to end up being brought down. That looks like Cade Bloom that got in there, laid the lumber, and now all of a sudden Buffalo is scrambling. They still have a couple of timeouts that they can in fact use, but it won't be necessary though, as they'll end up using one there. But a huge throw over the middle. It's a 1st down. So here we are, 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line, but what a throw into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. And the Bulls are gonna tie this game up. We got a 38-all game here in this 4th quarter of action. And we only got a minute left to play here. So here we go, 1 minute left. Let's see what our boys can come out and do here, as Will Peoples is going to start the next drive and get himself out of bounds. Will Peoples is going to come out here, and they'll get that 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. As now, dropping back is Armstrong, looking over the middle of the field, is going to get it off to Scott McClawler. McClawler is going to not get to the 1st down marker, so we will use one of our timeouts. But that being said though, we're not going to try to go for a 2nd, as I wanted to go and get deep with Chris Gentry, man. I really wanted to get him that ball. I thought he was going to get open. But I do notice that Buffalo is playing with fire a little bit. They are pressing us at the line of scrimmage yet again. 3rd and 4, and we're going to go ahead. We thought about testing them deep, but listen, CJ Peaks was wide but naked open. So we're going to take what's given to us, and we'll go ahead and make sure that we will go ahead. We will move the sticks, and now we have 30 seconds left to work. Armstrong looking deep downfield. He's got a guy, and Chris Gentry, he does it in the end zone. Touchdown, Bluffton Tech. And Chris Gentry is gonna possibly keep our MAC championship hopes alive. Oh my goodness gracious, 25 seconds left in the ball game, and now here we are, 21 seconds left. I just need one stop. Don't get beat deep. That's all you need. And oh my goodness, I could have ended the game right there. We were drifting in the right direction. I had the correct read. I just couldn't make the play. And hopefully that doesn't bite us. As now, 2nd and 10 coming up. Buffalo dropping back and throwing over the middle. A very confusing call, so to speak, as they settle for a short gain. But as you may know here, guys, they gotta go and get all these yards. Can they make it happen? Dropping back, and Watts gets sacked. He is brought down the backfield, and it just might be over here, as Buffalo, they're not gonna even get another playoff. It's over, as Bluffton Tech is gonna get 31 points in the 4th quarter, as they will storm back and win tremendously. Man, so an absolutely incredible experience to see, really a rally of a lifetime, because you see what we did in those first 3 quarters. In those first 3 quarters, our team was dead in the water. We did not look like the same team that was in the hunt for the MAC championship this entire season, but we were able to pull together in the 4th quarter, one of the best quarters of football I've seen this team play all season long. And because of that incredible 4th quarter, we were able to win this game and win, seizing it from the jaws of defeat. Now, by no means this game was perfect by any means. I mean, DJ Armstrong did throw multiple interceptions in this game, but he did also throw for 6 touchdown passes. He threw for 340 and had a 73% completion percentage, which I thought was pretty darn good, and his decision making got better as the game went on. As for the ground game, Will Peoples had a pretty good game on the ground today. He had 14 carries for 93 yards, plus DJ Armstrong, who ended up with 23 total yards on the ground. JD Weeks, I thought, would have ended up on here for whatever reason, you know, when he had that return for 8 yards, but I guess they didn't count that after all. Now, the biggest man of the day, though, was Chris Gentry, though, as Chris Gentry went wild with 7 catches, 162 yards, and 4 touchdowns, and doing it in multiple ways as well, which we love to see. Javon Moore was also able to find the end zone as well. He had a touchdown in this one, but as you can see, really nobody else was able to find a way to get into make a huge impact. Although that being said, we did have one of our younger tight ends, Vincenzo Nazlulia, find the end zone after the Chris Gentry's 5th touchdown ended up being overturned. Now, for the defense, I mean, the defense did not play very well today, but they did enough to win. Malik Moon led the team in tackles with 11 total tackles on the day, while Nash Birthday was able to have 10 tackles himself. As the game went on, though, I found that our defense was able to get more pressure on this quarterback, and it definitely showed in the 4th quarter. Devin Skates, for example, led the way with 1.5 total sacks, but Malik Moon and Ellis Berry were also able to get to his quarterback, and Nash Birthday was also able to help out some in the first half. The bigger story, though, was our ability to create turnovers, and oh baby, did we create some turnovers. Particularly shout out to our guy Malik Moon, who had both of our interceptions today. Our number 1 corner showed why he is that guy with 2 interceptions, returning for 23 yards. He also was able to force a fumble, as did his teammate Elijah Greenwood Jr., and they were both recovered. Ellis Berry did record a fumble recovery, and we're supposed to have a second fumble recovery, but I guess they are not showing it here, which is really interesting to me. But with that being said, guys, we were able to find a way to win this game, and we keep ourselves alive in the MAC championship hunt. Now, as we move forward into the next week, we do find out that Malik Moon, who had those 2 interceptions, that is actually good enough to be MAC Defensive Player of the Week. He also had those 5 tackles as well. And not only was that good enough to be the MAC Player of the Week, but we also found that he was the National Defensive Player of the Week, and his effort was also a big reason why we came out here and was able to pull this amazing comeback down by so much in the 4th quarter. Now, with that being said, Malik Moon was not the only player that was nominated for those all-conference player of the weeks. Chris Gentry also gets it with 7 catches and 176 yards with 4 touchdowns to go with it as well. But he also does well enough to get the National Offensive Player of the Week. So it's a clean sweep here for the Fighting Muskrats, as we now move on to just a couple of games left here in the regular season. We're sitting at 4-2 in the conference, and we're getting a little bit of help. Ohio did end up losing a game, but we do need some help here. So here's how things are shaking out for conference action as of right now. What we're looking at is, well, we probably need Indiana to drop a game, or we need Ohio to drop their next matchup as well, plus with us needing to continue to win out, which is what we have in fact been doing. But we are definitely showing that we are an incredible team in the MAC as of right now, showing that we are one of the better teams in the conference and could be one of the better group of 5 teams in the nation. But we're going to settle all that here in the next episode as well. Next episode, we're going to get closer to wrapping up our regular season, where we will be hosting the Cardinals of Ball State, who's had an okay season, but they need this win in order to remain alive. So we definitely can't take them for granted, because they're definitely going to be in wounded animal mode, so to speak. So I'm gonna leave this for next episode. What an incredible comeback by our boys, and we were able to get the job done. If you enjoyed the whole game, man, I need you guys to go ahead and do a couple of things for me. Hit that like button, and then also hit that subscribe button as well if you do have to be brand new to the channel. This is John J Gaming on the mic signing off, but hoping you guys are all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.